Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. So again we are going to see the same topic but another example, that is the second example of final account. So in this we are going to just go through the adjustments. I have already posted the items where it has to be posted, and we are just going to sort the adjustments, like how the two effects are being given and how they are actually solved on every item. So let's begin. Following is the trial balance of Mrs. Catherine as on 31st March 2011. So this is her trial balance, that is of 2011. Prepare trading and profit and loss account for the year ended 31st March 2011 and balance sheet as on that date. So through this trial balance we have to prepare the trading and profit and loss account and balance sheet. So let's firstly go through the items. So I will not dictate every items, you just pause the video and go through the items, like what type of items are given. You firstly analyze yourself where they have to be posted. If you have learned about the accounts, that is profit and loss account, trading account, what items appear in debit and credit side in which type of accounts, then only you can solve this example. I'm waiting for like 30 seconds or 1 minute so that you can go through the items. Okay, so we will now tick mark the items on which we have to solve the adjustments. So let's see the adjustment part. So here under this trial balance some adjustments are given. First adjustments: stock on 31st March 2011 valued at cost price rupees 34,000. So this is your closing stock. So on 31st March your financial year ends. Okay, so you have to disclose all the profits and loss through this balance sheet. So first two effects is in trading account credit side, and the second effect it will be in balance sheet asset side. Okay, so this adjustment we have to not tick mark in the in the trial balance on any sort of items. Second one, provide depreciation on building at 2% at 2% and machinery 10% per annum. So every year we have to charge this percentage of depreciation on building and machinery. So we will tick mark building and machinery so that while solving the example we will remember we have to solve the adjustments on it. So let's search for the item building. Here it is, building. We will tick mark it. And next one is machinery. So here it is, machinery. Okay. Next one we will see. Rent of rupees 200 and salaries of rupees 500 were outstanding. Now I have already told you in my last video, which is the first example of this topic, final account, like what does outstanding means. Again I will tell you, outstanding means the amount which is to be received or is to be paid, that is called as outstanding, or unpaid we can say it. So we have to tick mark rent and salaries in trial balance. So I will search for salaries here and rent here. So we have to sort the outstanding adjustment on these two items. Next one I will flip this page. Interest on investment rupees 500 due but not received. Okay, so we have invested something and we are about to receive the interest on our investment, but which we have not received yet, but it is due to us that we are going to receive it after some time. So this is our adjustment. So the two effects, we will search for interest, investments. Here it is, sorry, I will show you investments. On investments, interest is due, so we have to add it in the investments as outstanding interest of rupees 500. Outstanding, or we can say it receivable interest, because we are going to receive it after some time. We don't know the exact time, but definitely we are going to receive it. And in the credit side, interest, we have to tick mark, because from this, in this interest we have to add that investments outstanding interest, okay, which we are going to receive it. That is why we have to add that amount. Next one, provide RDD at 5% on sundry debtors. Now what does RDD means? Reserve for doubtful debts. Okay, doubtful debts, it means that you are imagining that to the person who you have lent something on credit, or you don't have any assurance if he will pay back you that, or you cannot guarantee that person that he will pay that amount, so that is called as doubtful debts. So this is a reserve, but we are not sure if he will return us back or not, so it is a reserve. So we have to solve it on sundry debtors. We will take mark sundry debtors in the debit balance. We have to calculate 5% on sundry debtors. That means we have to calculate 5% on 24,000. Next one, goods of rupees 1,000 taken by Catherine for personal use but not recorded in the books of accounts. So this is a sort of drawing, because Mrs. Catherine has taken goods for her personal use. That is called as drawing. I've already told you in my every video I've told you the meaning of drawing. Drawing means that you are withdrawing goods from the business for your personal use. That is called as drawing. So we will start with our solution. I've already posted the items. We are just going to solve the adjustments which we have discussed right now. So let's start. So the very first item is stock. Now the date is given of stock, that is 1/4/2010, that is 1st April 2010. So this is your opening stock, because this is the stock of last year, which is the closing stock of last year, but the opening stock of current year, that is 2011. We are going to prepare the final account of 31st March 2011. So this is your opening stock. So I have already posted the item opening stock 25,000. Next one, drawing 10,000. Now through my previous video you have certainly got an idea that where drawing is to be posted, obviously in the liabilities side. So the final amount of capital, you have to deduct this drawings, but even drawings is having adjustments, so I have written the amounts in the inner column, so that after calculation you can write down the final amount in the outer column. Please bear with this. I have committed a mistake over here. It is 5,700. I have done it wrong, so sorry for that. So get back to this. So this drawings 10,000, we have to less it from capital, but we have to solve adjustment, so we will wait till then. Let's see the another item, purchases. Now even we have to check if trial balance consists of internal adjustments. Now what does internal adjustments mean? In this trial balance you have to solve some adjustment in this trial balance. Okay, now if purchases is given to you in trial balance, there must be somewhere purchase written, which you have to deduct it from purchases. So that is why you have to very clearly go through the trial balance, so that you can find out the internal adjustment, or you can call it as a hidden adjustment. So purchases is having adjustment, because right parallel to purchases, purchase written is given. So we will tick mark this. Even we have to check if sales is having adjustment. Yeah, after purchases, sales written is given. So we will tick mark and sales, so that we can write the amount in the inner column, and after the final calculations we can write down the amount in the outer column. Now purchases, I have written the amount in the inner column because we have to less the purchase written, but we will solve it afterwards. Firstly, we are going to go through the items that we have posted. You solve it on your own. I have posted my items. Salaries. Now this is having adjustment, so we have to write down this amount in the inner column, 6,000. So, oh sorry, I haven't written the amount. 6,000. Even rent and taxes, 1,000. So I'm writing this amount in the inner column because we have to solve adjustment on it. We have done with the both items, salaries and rent and taxes. Next, insurance, no adjustment, 900. So outer column here in insurance, 900 rupees. Next one, wages, no adjustment, directly in the outer column, 3,000. But where it will appear? In the trading account, to wages, in the debit side, 3,000. Next one, building. Now this is an asset, so we have to write down the building in the asset side, but the amount in the inner column. So we have to solve the adjustment, because in trial balance we have tick marked building, so that is why we have to write the amount in the inner column. Next one is carriage, 2,000. Now this is directly related to your business. This is a transportation expense, so to carriage, 2,000 in the outer column because no adjustment is given. Next one, machinery. Now this is also your adjustment. So this also has an adjustment, and this is your asset. So in the assets column, you have to write this amount in the inner column of assets side. I have already written machinery, 17,000. Next one, sundry debtors. Now this is also having adjustment, 24,000 we have to write in the inner column. Sundry debtors, 24,000 is given. We will solve the adjustment. Next one is cash in hand. Now this is also your asset. Obviously you are holding some cash in the business. Mrs. Catherine is holding some cash, so it is her asset. That is why it will appear in the asset side. Cash in hand, 3,300. Next one is bad debts. Now what I have already told you, what does bad debts means. It is an unrecoverable amount from your debtors, or we can say it to the a person whom you have lent some money or some goods on credit basis, and he failed to return it back. That is called as bad debts. We cannot just talk in terms of money or cash. It can be any sort of thing. It can be your asset, it can be your any sort of goods. So that is called as bad debts, which is unrecoverable. Recovery of this amount is of no use. You cannot make a profit of it, or it is a loss for you, obviously. So you have to write it in the profit and loss account, 400. Next one, discount allowed, 700. Now here just be sure like where the discount is given to you. It is given in debit side. That means you are allowing discount to your suppliers or to your buyers. Okay, not suppliers, to your buyers. That means it is a loss for you. Okay, you are not receiving the discount, but you are providing it. That is why it will appear in the profit and loss account debit side. Amount in the outer column, 700. So we are done with the debit balances of trial balance. Now we will shift to the credit balances. So the very first item in credit balance is capital. Sorry, I'll shift it back a little bit. Okay. Now you have to post this item in the liability side, 40,000, but in the inner column. Okay, because we have to add net profit or subtract net loss, and then we have to subtract drawings, and even drawings is having additions. Okay, so many things you have to do, and then you can write down the final amount of capital. So we will see it. Next one is sales, 1,25,000. This will appear in the trading account credit side, but the amount in the inner column, because we have to subtract sales written. We have already tick marked in the balance sheet, trial balance. Purchase written, we have to subtract it from purchases. Next one is bills payable. Now this you have to pay, but this is your liability, so we have to write this amount in the liabilities column. Bills payable in the outer column, 5,700. So this is the amount, 5,700. Please, sorry for this mistake. Consider me. It is 5,700. Next one is commission, 1,000. Now we have to check where this is given to you. Commission is given in the credit side. That means we are receiving this commission. So where it will be appearing? Obviously in the credit side of profit and loss account. By commission, 1,000. No adjustments are column in the outer column. Amount in the outer column. Sorry. Next one, discount received, 1,200. Now this is also we are receiving, so it will appear in the credit side of profit and loss account. By discount received, 1,200. Next one is interest, 400. It is also a credit balance. It will also appear in the profit and loss account credit side, 400, but the amount in the inner column, because we have tick marked this interest, we have to solve an adjustment on it. So next one is sundry creditors, 14,000. This will appear in your liabilities side, 14,000 is in the outer column. So we are done with the posting of items. I've already posted the items. I've already told you. We have to just solve the adjustments on this. Now we will shift to the adjustment part. First one is closing stock. This one was closing stock. Okay. So we will post the first effect. But we have to make sure the amount, the item before posting closing stock. Already sales is having adjustment. So we have to leave some space after sales, and then you have to write here. By closing stock, how much is the amount? 34,000. Okay, the first effect is done, and the second effect will be in the asset side. Closing stock, $34,000. Okay, next one. Provide depreciation on building and at 2%, machinery 10% per annum. So we have to calculate 2% on building. So let's calculate down over here. I will calculate for you. Working note, short form I will write down. First one is depreciation on building equals to, how much is the amount? 10,000. Okay, and how much percentage you have to calculate as depreciation? Into 2 divided by 100. so 0 gets cancelled. 200. So 200 is the depreciation on building which you have to subtract from 10,000. That is the original amount of building. So less depreciation at 2% and amount 200. How much will be the amount out in the outer column? 9,800. You have to subtract this depreciation which we have calculated down over here, 200. From the original amount of building you have to subtract this, and then you will get the final amount of building after depreciation. Next one is machinery 10%. So machinery, how much is the amount? 17,000 into 10 divided by 100. It is out of 100 percentage, you have to calculate 10%. That's why we are dividing 100. 0 gets cancelled. 170 into 10 is 1,700. So this 1,700 you have to subtract from the original amount of machinery. So we will subtract it and let's see the final amount. Let's depreciation at 10%, 1,700. We have calculated it down over here. So what will be the final amount? 15,300 is the final amount of machinery. So this is how we have calculated the depreciation. Now the second effects of these two adjustments. So obviously this 2 will come in the profit and loss account debit side, because this is our expense. This is our it is our expense, but it is loss to us because depreciation is you cannot say it an expense, but it is your loss because your machinery can get damaged after a certain period. So you have to calculate this depreciation. We will see the second effect. To depreciation, I will write here short form. Building, how much was it? 200. And machinery, it was 1,700. So the total depreciation is let me calculate, 1,900. So this is how you have to give the second effect of it. Next one we will see. Rent of rupees 200 and salaries of rupees 500 were outstanding. Now I have already told you what does outstanding means and what we have to do in case of outstanding. In case of outstanding, you have to add these amounts on which it has to be outstanding. So on rent it is 200, so we have to add this 200 in rent, and salaries 500, so in salaries we have to add this 500. So let's add this. First effect, add outstanding. How much is the amount of salaries? 500. So the final amount will be 6,500. Okay, and again here for rent, outstanding amount is 200. So final amount is 1,200. So this is how outstanding is calculated. Now the second effect of this will appear in the liability side, because this we haven't received yet, but we are about to receive it. That is why we have to give the second effect in the liability side. Oh, not receive. We haven't received it. We have to pay it. Sorry. This outstanding. We have when we are going to receive it. When this will appear in the credit side, but the outstanding is given in the debit side. That means this is our expense. Salaries. We are giving it to our employees. That is why some of the amount, that is 500, is outstanding to some employees. So this is our expense. So we haven't paid these amount to the employees, or we haven't paid the rent where we are owning some property, or Mrs. Catherine is owning something and she hasn't paid the rent of 200, but she is going to pay it. That is why we have to record it in the liability side. So it is for our remembrance that after some time you have to pay it. So we will give the second effect of this outstanding expenses. First one is salary. How much it was? 500. And second one is rent. It was 200. In total will be 700. So 700 rupees is outstanding for Mrs. Catherine to pay. So we are done with this also. Now next adjustment. Interest on investment rupees 500 due but not received. So this is a receivable interest. So first effect will be in the interest, that is we have to add outstanding, that is we are going to receive it. That is why add outstanding, or even you can say receivable interest, whatever word you find it easy. Outstanding, how much is the amount? 500. 900 is the total interest. And the second effect will be in the investments, that is we have to add in it, add outstanding or receivable interest, whatever you feel free to write any word. You are not bound to just write this outstanding word in everywhere. You can write word that is understandable for you. I am writing here outstanding interest, amount rupees 500. So the final amount is 10,500. So we are done with this adjustment. Two effects are done. Provide RDD at 5% on sundry debtors. Now we have to calculate 5% on sundry debtors. So I will write here RDD. How much is the amount of sundry debtors? 24,000. Okay, and in 5% we have to calculate 5 divided by 100. So multiply this. So 240 into 5 is 1200. So this is the RDD. You have to subtract it from sundry debtors. So less RDD. How much? 1,200. It will be 22,800. So this is your final amount of sundry debtors. Now this RDD, you have to give the second effect in the profit and loss account, where in bad debts you have to add it, because that is a reserve, that is a provision for you. You are not sure if you are going to receive it or not. So that is why it is a reserve, you have to add. So I will write add RDD. How much was it? 1,200, no? Yeah. So final amount of bad debts will be 1,600. Remember, after calculation of RDD, if in trial balance bad debts is given to you, and even in adjustment you have to calculate RDD on sundry debtors, what you have to do is, after calculation of RDD on sundry debtors, whatever RDD amount is you get, you have to add that RDD amount in bad debts. If bad debts are given to you in trial balance, or if it is not given to you, you can directly write this RDD amount in the outer column. But here in our question, bad debts was given to us. That is why we have added this RDD in bad debts, and the final amount of bad debts is given to us. That is 1,600. So let's move on to the last adjustment. Goods of rupees 1,000 taken by Catherine for personal use but not recorded in the books of accounts. Now I've already discussed with you the two effects. This is a personal use for Mrs. Catherine, that is drawings. So first effect, it will appear in the trading account credit side by drawing. Okay, how much is the amount? 1,000. And the second effect, it will be, you have to add in the existing drawing, that is in this drawing. So we will add this goods taken, $1,000. Okay, so final amount is 11,000. But we are not going to write the 11,000. We are not going to write this 11,000 in outer column, because we have to firstly calculate net profit or net loss in capital, and then we have to subtract this drawings, and the final amount will be written in the outer column. So we are almost done with the adjustments under trial balance. Now the hidden adjustments, that is the trial balances adjustment. Here purchases, we have given the adjustment of purchase written, that is we have to subtract it. So less purchase written, how much is the amount? 2,000. So the final amount will be 73,000. Okay, no second effect you have to give of this, because this is internal adjustment, so no second effect. And the sales adjustment, less sales written. How much was the adjustment over here given to us? 1,000. So we are subtracting 1,000 from sales. So 1,24,000 is the final amount of sales. So almost we are done with our solution. Now we have to just calculate the sides, that is we have to total all the sides. Firstly we are going to do the total of trading account. Okay, firstly do the total of credit side and then do the total of debit side. Compare both the sides, whichever is greater. You have to subtract the smaller amount from that greater amount, and you will get the net profit or net loss. Let's see. So I've calculated the total. Credit side is greater than the debit side, that is it is a gross profit. We have to subtract the amount of credit side from the total of debit side. You will get the gross profit 56,000. Okay, which you have to carry down to profit and loss account. Okay, I have also calculated profit and loss account. Similarly, you have to calculate a profit and loss account, which you have calculated of trading account. Credit side firstly you have to calculate, and then the debit side. Compare both the sides, see which side is greater one, and subtract it. You will definitely understand which is profit and which is loss. Now if you are getting the amount of credit side as the greater amount and the lesser amount of debit side, that means it is your net profit, and vice versa. You can do it. If debit is greater than credit, so it is your net loss. So let's see if it is a net profit or net loss. So in my calculation, credit side is greater than debit side, so it is a net profit for us, for Mrs. Katri, because debit side is less than credit side. So the net profit I've got is 46,300 and the final total of both the sides 59,100. So this net profit you have to transfer it to capital account. So we will transfer it to capital account. Okay. So it is our net profit. So we will add the net profit. How much is the amount of net? 46,300. Okay. Now do the total of this, like add 46,300 and 40,000. 86,300. Okay. Now you have to less this 11,000 from this 86,300. So how much you will get? 75,300 is the final total of capital. Okay. So this is how you have to calculate capital. If it would have been a net loss over here, you would have to subtract over here, and then again the drawings you would have to subtract and the final amount in the outer corner. So we are done with all the calculations. Now it is time for us to balance both the side. If it is equalizing to each other, like both the sides are coming equal, that means our posting of items and adjustments is correct. If there is a fault in your liabilities or asset side, like if this amount is getting lesser one and this is getting greater one, then you have to recheck your account. So we will see if both the sides are equal or not. So I've calculated this and it came to 95,700. So both sides are getting equal, that means our posting is correct. So this is how balance sheet is calculated. We are almost done with our example. I hope you understood our example. If you want one more example, I will definitely solve it. Please comment me if you want it. And if you like this all process, if you like my video, if you find this easy through my video, then do hit that like button. If you are new to my channel, subscribe to my channel, ring that notification bell so that you can get all my new videos notifications whenever I post my videos, and share with your classmates, with your friends whose exams are approaching, and whoever is in need of this, do share with them and comment down your suggestions, your queries regarding this example, my previous example, or any video which I have uploaded. If you have any queries about it, feel free to ask me. I will definitely answer it. Till then, goodbye.